I think you have to understand that the greatest battle that you can ever face in this life is the battle against your mind. That is the only battle that you have to win in this life. Because most often we do not realize that our minds are so disturbed. And this state of disturbance is causing us not to be aware of who we truly are. Everything that we seek in this life is directly tied to our identity. So if we don't know who we are, we can't be certain about what we are looking for. And most of the times, our mind acts as a mirror. Our mind shows us the state of our consciousness. It makes us see that side of ourselves that we do not want to be. When the mind is disturbed, we are filled with doubt, we are filled with anger, we are filled with uncertainty, we are filled with pressure. We are just in a state of unrest. And I don't think that anybody loves to be in that state. A state where we are totally unhappy about everything that is around us, about our own life itself. And so the challenge for us is to calm the mind. The challenge for us is to make sure that we are operating in a state of clarity. That's the only time that we get to see our true self. When our minds are calm, we are acting out of joy. We are acting out of our true personality. We are acting out of peace. We are acting out of clarity. We are more certain about what we are doing. We are more involved in our life. And we tend to live in the moment. We tend to be present. We tend to appreciate things more. And so you have to understand that the challenge every day is not about how fast you have to get to your goals. It's not about how quick you have to get things done. It's about making sure that you're clear about what you're doing. You're clear about the path you're walking. And you cannot be clear about those things unless your mind is calm. The biggest enemy, the biggest challenge in front of you is your mind. Most of the times when our minds are disturbed, we make things look bigger than they are. We overestimate. Sometimes we underestimate. Things just become very uncertain and very hard to understand. And so you have to calm your mind. Every single day you have to adopt a practice where you need to make sure you remain calm. And one of the ways you need to calm your mind is to restrain the senses. The senses are like tentacles. Our sense of smell, hearing, tasting, all the senses that you have. They are like tentacles. They are the ones that help us to navigate the world. They are the ones that help us to navigate this reality. And so our senses are receiving a lot of signals from outside. So much so that it's not being processed well within the mind. There's a lot of things coming on within our heads that we are not able to process at the same time. And this makes us lose sight of who we truly are, because now we become so involved and the senses have taken control. That's why sometimes it's hard for us to control our eating habits. It's hard for us to control what we watch. It's hard for us to control our watch time, our screen time, because we are so immersed in sensual activities, sensual pleasures, that we do not even get to hear from our own intuition, which is like God directing us. So you must restrain the senses. The senses are your biggest enemy, because they're the ones that keep making your mind disturbed. You can testify that when your mind is disturbed, you are not even happy with yourself. You don't like yourself. You don't even want to be in yourself. You just want to go somewhere that everything just becomes still. Everything just becomes peaceful. But you have to start learning how to do that at will, how to calm your mind. Because everything that may seem like a very big issue in front of you right now may just be within your mind only. It just be within your mind. So I encourage you today to find ways to calm your mind. I've given you one technique, which is restraining the senses. Control what you eat. Control what you watch. Control what you listen to. Control what you say. Control the kind of conversations you have. Control what you look at. Control your senses, and you start seeing the other self, being reflected within your mind, being reflected within your decisions, being reflected within the things that you involve in. So go out there today and find out ways to be calm. Everything that may be in front of you right now that seems as an obstacle is just as a result of the unrest of your mind. If you calm your mind, you will find solutions to those problems. If you calm your mind, there will literally be nothing stopping you. The greatest victory that you can have is when you conquer your mind. So go out there today and conquer your mind. I wish you all the very best, and I wish you a blessed weekend. Thank you.